Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Aztac with another knife in the hand review. Today we are taking a look at a budget knife. This one's going to be from Cold Steel. This is the Crawford Model 1. Now you can pick this up on Amazon for less than 50 bucks. So we're going to go over some of the features, the details, and just give you guys a better idea if it's worth buying. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, here we have it. This is the Crawford Model 1. Now as I mentioned in the intro there, this is a budget knife. I picked this up for about 42 bucks on the Cold Steel website. You can get it around 50. And I will leave the links in the description below. So if you're wanting to pick this up, click on the link there and it'll take you right to where you can purchase this. All right, so the black that you see on the knife here, that is a glass reinforced nylon. As far as the green, that is the only color that you can pick this up in. But that green that you see there, it is some kind of rubberized material, so it will help a little bit with the gripping there. That green extends to the other side here. As you can see, that pocket clip is going to make this knife a tip up carry. Now you cannot switch the pocket clip to the other side. You cannot make this a tip down carry. This is strictly going to be a tip up carry. As far as the pocket clip, as always, these are made really solid. Usually the pocket clips on these Cold Steel knives, they're actually a little bit too tight, a little bit too stiff. Takes a little bit of time to work them in, and this one is kind of no different. This is a little bit easier than the previous ones that I've seen, but you will have to kind of loosen that up just a little bit to get it just right. If you notice there on that end there's another little mechanism, and that's going to be a secondary locking mechanism, which I will show you when I open up the blade here. On the end here, you'll notice there is a lanyard hole, but there is no window breaker. Now, as far as the window breaker goes, most of us will probably never use a window breaker, so that is not gonna be a big deal. As a matter of fact, you can probably bust the window open with the flipper there if you needed to, so no big deal there. Now the centering on this knife, I'm gonna say that's gonna be like dead on. Like that seems pretty damn perfect. So yeah, that's pretty good so far. All right, so as far as flipping this knife open, like I said, it has just the flipper, and the flipper works really good. It's super smooth action right out of the box, super smooth action. Now this is not assisted opening knife, but definitely doesn't have to be. The flipper works great. Let's try that one more time. Yeah, it definitely flies right out. So no complaints there. It's definitely well built. As far as the locking mechanism, as you can see, we have the liner lock. The liner lock locks in place exactly how it should. And as I mentioned before, there is a secondary locking mechanism here. The way that works is once you have the liner lock engaged, then you can push this forward, and that'll keep the liner lock from closing up again and having that blade close up on you. So if you're ever doing heavy duty stuff, you know, jamming this through some wood, just stuff that you're uncomfortable with, you know, really jamming this through, then that secondary locking mechanism is definitely going to help, because it's going to give you the peace of mind that no matter what you jam this into, you're not going to hurt yourself by that blade closing up on you. Now, if you don't want to use that secondary lock and you feel like this is kind of overkill, then you know what, disengage it. You don't have to use it, but it's kind of nice that they included it, and it is there. All right, so on the bottom here we have the finger grooves. You know, we have two big finger grooves there which fit really nicely in your hand. We also have a ramp here with some jimping. You know, again, also it feels really nice. In my hand particularly, I kind of wish the little ramp and the jimping were a little bit forward, because I feel like this is the spot where I want to hold my thumb, but everybody's going to be different. If you have smaller hands, this might be perfect for you. Also, you can choke up on it a little bit and hold it this way, and that feels pretty well. But like I said, everybody's going to be different, so this might be perfect for you. Now the blade on this is 3.5 inches long, which is going to make this whole entire knife a little bit over 8 inches, which is, it's a fairly big knife. But the crazy thing about this is that it weighs only 4.1 ounces. So for the size of this knife, This actually doesn't weigh that much at all. I do believe this is perfect for everyday carry, just because you get a big, nice knife to be able to definitely do some work, but at the same time, you can stick this in your pocket and not really even notice the weight. So that's pretty awesome. As far as wiggle goes on this knife, there is actually no wiggle whatsoever. I don't feel any movement, so it definitely feels really, really solid. The blade steel on this is gonna be the 4034 stainless steel, Japanese steel. All right, so overall, this knife feels very solid. It's big. It feels like you can definitely use it to put in some work. So I do like that. Now, I've seen a couple other reviews and people are complaining that this is not typical of cold steel to make a knife like this with the liner lock and the secondary lock, saying that it's overkill and stuff like that. But you know, personally, I think no big deal. They did something a little bit different. You know, it is a nice knife. It feels good. It feels solid. That secondary mechanism, you might not need it, but if you do want to use it, it's there. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. No big deal. You know, it's always nice when you have options. So I'm not really hating on that. All right, it also feels really sharp out of the box, which doesn't surprise me. Cold steel knives are always super sharp out of the box. So that's definitely one thing I like about that. You never have to sit there and sharpen one of the cold steel knives, because they always come super sharp out of the box, so they're always ready to go. All right, so as far as sharpness on this knife, definitely feels sharp, but I'll cut a couple slices of paper here. You know, I mean, just as I suspected, it's super sharp out of the box, which usually cold steel knives are. They usually come out very sharp. You know, so I never have issues with it being sharp, like right out of the box. So that's always a big plus. So that was pretty much it, guys. Remember, this knife is a budget knife. It's only 40 bucks. It definitely feels solid. So I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. I definitely like it. Let me know what you guys think if you're thinking about picking one of these up. Also, let us know in the description or in the comment section what knife you would like us to review next. Thanks so much for watching Aztac, and we will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.